What's up, guys? Questions Guys here, and we are back with episode 2 of Kerbal Space Program. And as you can see, I ended up actually misspelling the save file, as I had guessed. But that's not a big deal. I'll go and try and fix it in the config file. If it doesn't work, won't be a big deal. But let's get into this. So last episode, we left off not making it into orbit. We failed to get into orbit. And this episode, we're going to do that. We're going to complete another contract, and we're going to try and do a flyby of the Mun. So we've got a lot to compact into this episode. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So mission control, I'm going to go ahead and grab... oh, I don't have it. I thought I had a tourist contract. I guess not. We're going to decline some of these and try... Here we go. Suborbital. There we go. Oh! I already accepted that. Oh, alright. Well, that works too. And so we're going to go in here as well and grab the Terrier engine and the larger fuel tank, which is going to be great for a Mun flyby and a Mun landing. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the Science Junior and some of these early satellite parts. Those are great as well. And then I really would like to do a EVA in space, but this is a pretty costly upgrade. And I don't really want to spend the funds on that until I have kind of a buffer to make sure we can build a pretty large ship. So, what we're going to do to fix this craft, which I noticed, is, and it's pretty simple, we have a huge thruster weight. So all we really have to do is add 2 of these tanks. And if you don't have, if you don't have the T400. So if you don't have the T400, just slap 2 T200s on there. It does the same thing. If you're following my ships. And this should get us into orbit quite easily. And then, actually, we're going to grab the Science Junior as well, since we just grabbed that. And throw that on there. And this should work out quite well, although I'm kind of worried we're going to lose that in re-entry. Let's see. I might be able to jump out and grab it really quick. Well, I'm not sure. We're going to add... Nah, I've got an idea. What we're going to do is I'll just take it on the landing pad or the launch pad, and then we'll ditch it, because I can't EVA, so I'm not going to be able to collect the science from it in space. And I could... Actually, you know what? Let's not be cheap about it. Let's go ahead and build a good craft. Even though this is a pretty simple launch, there's no reason to cheap out on it. So what we're going to do is grab the Science Junior, put that there, put the heat shield on the Science Junior, and you'll only need to do this if you can't EVA. If you can go ahead and EVA, then there's no reason in these extra steps. So we're going to bring all the weight down here, if we can. And... there we go, actually. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on symmetry here. For that. And then we're going to add a decoupler here. And there we go. Hopefully that works out as well as I'm hoping it will. Alright. So we'll go ahead and launch here. Get into orbit. And I'm going to go ahead and walk you through getting into orbit if you're new. If you're already experienced, then I guess you'll see if this launch works or not. So we're going to go ahead and boot up. Remember, I just throttle up to get used to these liquid engines. You don't really have to for solid boosters on your first stage, but let's go ahead and do this. This craft should be pretty fast. It's got a high thruster weight. So I'm going to go ahead and start turning... at 100. There we go. I turned a little bit early. But, yeah, this craft is really fast and has a lot of drag and is wanting to pull me over. So I'm having to fight this pretty hard. More than I would like to. But we're almost out of fuel in it. This is really just our kicker stage to get us up above the highest parts of the atmosphere, where it causes the most drag. And, once we're above here, it won't be much of a problem. And we'll switch to the swivel engine. There we go. And they blew up. So we can go, oh, don't fight me. Don't fight me. And there we go. I think we can stabilize right there. We're above most of the thicker atmosphere. And now we can just watch our apoapsis and get it up to 70. I'm going to give us some buffer room at 75. Oh. There we go. Well, I went much higher than I meant to. I missed the key. But we've got plenty of fuel in our third stage here. Plenty of fuel. Or fourth stage. Third or fourth stage. Meant to get it 70. I probably could have gotten to orbit in that other ship if I had kept my apoapsis pretty minimal and not been so excessive. But that's not a huge deal. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh, no! Upper atmosphere. I want to get it in space. So we're going to close that and make sure we get it in space. Nothing there. Nothing there. And that won't be anything either. So we're going to go ahead and wait till we get up here to our apoapsis, which is still at 82. Wait just a little bit. Speed it up a little more. And we'll go ahead here and burn prograde. Now we've only got 31 meters per second on this stage. So it's not a huge deal. We'll just go ahead and get some of the boost off of it. There we go. Stage it. And then ignite our... Wow. Okay. We'll go ahead and turn this back. And then burn about right here. And I'm a little late. Not exactly where I wanted to be. But... So it won't give us a perfectly circular orbit, which is a shame. But we have plenty of fuel. And it's only going to keep getting better as we get lighter, so our delta V won't go down as fast. And there we go. We are in orbit, and we just completed that contract right here. And there we go. That is how you get into orbit. It's a little sloppy. I could have done much better. Wish I had done much better. But on a contract that's this simple and a milestone that's this simple, you can have a little bit of excess fuel and be a little sloppy. It doesn't require perfection to get right. So for now, I guess we'll do a full rotation here. Just to, show that we can do it. Get over here, and actually we're going to start burning down and attempt to land at the KSC. So about here, actually no, we're going to skip ahead a little more, about here. Actually, we want it to start coming down a little later, so we're going to continue to speed up. There we go. Now we're going to face retrograde and prepare for entry. So what I'm going to do here is slowly burn. And I'm going to try and get us around there. About 33,000. Now we're going to have a very long time to come in. And I actually think the KSC is probably going to be way over here. We're probably going to land over here. But we'll give it a try anyway. So what we're going to do is keep this fuel just in case we have to redirect ourselves. I don't think we will. I think we're going to land just fine. But I'm going to keep this booster on just in case something goes horribly wrong for some reason. I'm going to check where we're at. Well, we might land at the KSC if we get fortunate here. So let's check and see. We're going to go ahead and face retrograde. Even though I just eyeballed this, I guess we'll go ahead and dump our booster stage here with our science in it. I probably could have put Bob the scientist on here so we could redo that. Alright, none of that. Go ahead and speed this up as we're coming in and try and stay retrograde as much as possible. I think our... I'm hoping we're able to stay stable. That's what I'm worried about. Is staying stable. I don't want us to point prograde, because then if we point prograde, we're not going to have enough drag to slow us down to deploy our chutes, and we're going to blow up straight into the surface, which is not what we want to do at all. All right, now we've reoriented to the surface. So we're going to... There we go. All right, make sure we're retrograding. Here we go. We're starting to burn. Oh, that's why. All right. Okay, and we're going to start slowing down slowly as this line comes in. Yeah, I think we're going to land way before the KSC. Well, I'm not so sure. We might have a lucky eyeball. It's much, much easier to do those kind of maneuvers with a maneuver planner, but we haven't upgraded our command center or our tracking center, which we need both of those, I think, to go ahead and get maneuver nodes. So we're just going to continue to slow down here. We're coming in at a really horizontal angle here. You can see it's kind of burning up in the atmosphere, upper atmosphere. And I'm going to continue to check this. I think we're going to slow down a lot more. We're probably going to land somewhere here. We're going to get pretty close, though. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this landing. It's not too bad. The KSC should be right over this landmass, yeah. Okay, we're going to land a little before it, it's looking like, but that's not too bad. Continue to face retrograde. This is protecting our sensitive equipment as we're coming in. And once we get into this thicker atmosphere, we'll slow down more and more. Coming in from orbit is a little bit different than a suborbital entry. You definitely need a heat shield. Much higher speeds involved. But yeah. And then you need to be even more prepared to come in from a transfer. But this isn't too difficult. This is pretty easy stuff. Just a slow process coming in. It's much quicker to come in at a steeper angle, but this is good practice for coming in from a transfer. To be kind of prepared to come in at these horizontal angles to bleed off as much speed as possible. Yeah, we're going to land a little before it, but that's not too bad. Pretty good landing. I'm happy with that. And I think we're starting to exit this fireball stage. Slowed down enough. We're no longer burning up too much. There we go. We're going to land in some mountains. Or is this the desert? Yeah, some mountains here. And I'm going to deploy these drogue chutes at 450. There we go. As we come down, I'm trying to aim for this. Oh, that's not as flat as I thought it was. Yeah, that wasn't as flat as I was hoping it would be. But we'll be just fine. Some pretty thick cloud cover here. I'm going to go ahead and launch this parachute as well to be prepared, and then I'll just speed it up. Ooh. There we go. Oh no, we did flip. But this other parachute will catch us, yeah, and flip us around like that. So no big deal. There we go. Some hills around here. We didn't land in these mountains. So I think we're going to land on a fairly flat area. Not going to have to worry about rolling or anything. And blowing up. Coming down pretty slow. And almost there. We might roll a little bit, but it won't be that bad. Oh, there we go. Alright, and let's take some of this extra science because we're in a new biome. Get as much as we possibly can. I forgot a crew report up there, which is a shame. But it's okay. And I think I forgot to do the Science Junior as well. Oh. That's a shame. But we'll be able to do all that and much higher yielding areas. So we did all that. Let's do an EVA as well. Grab that just to pack our science as much as possible. And recover. And we got 30 science, which, hey, that's not bad. Did we end up doing... I don't think we did the material study. Yeah, we didn't. We would have had much more science if we had done the material study. Got some funds, and we're up to 353,000. And Jebediah leveled up as well. Good stuff. So let's see. I want to grab 2 suborbital tourists. We can do this. This will be really easy. And that'll pay us quite a bit. Yeah, this is going to pay us a pretty good bit. So after I do that, then I'll upgrade all of our stuff here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to speed up the footage while I do this tourist mission. And then we're going to build a craft to be prepared to fly to the Mun. So I'll see y'all in just a second.
The explanation for gravity is...
matter than space.
10, 9, ignition.
All right, tourist mission success. I think that went pretty well. We didn't have to. We kind of had to do an emergency burn, which I kind of figured we were gonna have to do. We had to boost up our engines right there at the end, which was we're kind of close, but worked out pretty well. Our tourists are landed safely, and we can go ahead and recover this vessel. All right. So that should give us plenty of funds. Yep, 400,000. That is pretty good. What we can do with that now is upgrade our astronaut complex for EVA. We can upgrade mission control, and we can upgrade our tracking station, which is kind of expensive. We're running close here on money, but 101,000. I could just complete some contracts. boost that number up, and we have a lot going for us here. So, the next thing I'm going to do, actually, let's go ahead and make sure we take the rest of these contracts. Ooh, this is gonna pay us a lot. So we want to go ahead and do this. Yep, this is gonna pay us quite a bit. An orbital. That's pretty easy. We can go ahead and do that too. Let's see, anything else? That's not paying much. We'll go ahead and do these two. We won't do these in this episode. We'll go ahead and build the ship for our flyby and our scientific mission. So let's we're gonna end the CS Mark series, our Kerbin centered ship, and we're gonna start building a moon or Mun centered ship. So let's start with a new ship here and design something that can get us to the moon and back. So, what do we want to do here? We don't need to land, so I don't need to build a lander. We just want to do a flyby, which shouldn't be too hard. I won't even capture. What I'll do is I'll do a flyby, and then let the moon or the Mun kick us back out into a Kerbin orbit. So, what we're going to do, and we did grab the new Terrier engine, which is going to be amazing, is we're going to grab a T400. Actually, let's put a heat shield on here, and then a decoupler. And then let's put the Science Junior, and then the T400. Then we're going to go ahead and grab the Terrier engine. Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. And let's go ahead and stage a little bit here. Yes, that's working well. We'll grab a Communitron. We don't need the antenna, really. So we'll go ahead and grab the Communitron here, just so we can transmit data back. Do we have any electrical stuff? Some batteries. We might need, we'll say 2 batteries. And then we'll add the rest of our science stuff. So we're going to add a lot of science here. We're going to do probably 2 of these. And then let's grab 2 goo canisters. We'll just stack these up. So what we'll do is let's turn these that way. Do 1, and then 1 for a high above Kerbin, and then 1 for the moon. So we'll do that, and then we'll take our science data. Let's see, is that all of our science done? I think so. We've got an extra thermometer over here just in case. So this will be our return craft, our get there and our return craft. Then what we'll do is we're going to add a, so we got 2,000, that's plenty. If we can at least have 1,000 coming back, I think that's plenty. So then we'll have a insertion right here. So this will be our insertion engine right here. And then, ooh, I don't know if I like that. So we got this. And this needs to be our burn to the moon and our burn back. That is cutting it really close. So we need our insertion burn to be this right here, which will have a Terrier for. So we'll do another Terrier just so it's nice and efficient. This is going to look kind of ugly, but what works, works. And then we'll do another T400 here, and a T200 here. Yeah, this is going to look pretty ugly, but function is what we're looking for here. Then we're going to grab 2 decouplers, put these kind of high up. We're going to put the swivel here. And then we're going to add, just for cost efficiency, we're going to add 2 of these boosters and move these down just a little bit. There we go. Get some aerodynamics on here. Add some struts. Make sure it all flies nice and smooth. So we'll use this to get us up there. Then we're going to use this to circularize. Well, to complete our... Yeah. Oh, this is going to be pretty heavy. And then this will be our... Okay, I think this is plenty for a flyby. I'm hoping this is plenty for a flyby. So we'll call this Mooner Mark 1. Mooner Mark 1. Nothing real special. Once we get some more specialized crafts, we'll start naming them some cooler stuff. But this is our Mooner Mark 1. And I'm looking here. I think this is going to be hopefully enough to get us there. And we'll go ahead and grab one of these just so it looks cool. And let me go ahead and stage this. We're going to use this and then decouple that, ignite our... Yeah, so let's do this. Ignite that engine as well. Put this down here. Once that engine's out of fuel, stage to that. Ignite this. Do I not have a decoupler here? So let's see. We've got that. Boost. Decouple there. Ignite that engine. And I don't have a decoupler there, which we need. So, decoupler. Then, come on. There we go. Then we add that. So, where's this engine? So this decouples, ignite that engine, decouple, then I want to ignite this engine. And then after we come back, we decouple that, parachute, and hopefully land safely. We're going to need to grab all of this science while on our way back, which shouldn't be too difficult of a thing to do. We'll just grab it all and then go. Okay, so I'm back. So what I had to do was lower the part count. I was unable to figure out why I couldn't, and then I realized we had too many parts, and I do not want to upgrade the VAB because we don't have enough cash, and we don't want to go broke just yet. So what I did is I removed the stability enhancer, and then I removed our little extra thermometer here, and all the staging is right. And this is our craft. It is at exactly 30 parts, and the flyby of the Mun should do plenty for our cash flow, and we can do a lot more from there. So, like I said at the end of the last video, these first 2 episodes are really more just Kerbin focused, getting science, doing some pretty simple stuff, kind of grinding it out, getting some cash flow. If we were in science mode, it'd be a little quicker, but this is a career mode playthrough, so I'm wanting to do everything kind of by the books, and get all that done so we have cash flow and early science so we can do our big missions and have the funding to do those. So, thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all in the next episode.